Pag pinost mo, but if I was absent, you didn't really miss the discussion.
Yeah, your voice is recorded now. Okay.
So whatever I say can and will be used against me.
Yeah, of course. Okay, so we have the second quadrant.
So recorded na ba yan?
Yes. And then we have the third quadrant.
Third quadrant.
So we have the third quadrant here. Okay. Now let's find x. We have the equation cosine x is equal to -1/3. This is something that you have seen before. How do we find x? Yes.
Cosine inverse.
Cosine inverse. So from here, we create
Okay, very good.
x is equal to cosine inverse of -1/3. Can you find that? What's cosine inverse of -1/3?
9.47.
Positive? Okay. So x is equal to 109.47.
47.
There's actually a name for this. The value of the angle that you will get from your calculator is what we call the principal value. This is the principal value. It's the main value. So this value will guide us in finding the other angle. Okay? Now what we want is the one in the third quadrant. Note 109.47 is in which quadrant?
That's in the second.
The second. So we're okay now with the second quadrant.
Yes, sir.
Our goal is to find the angle in the third quadrant. So how do we find it?
Find the reference angle.
Okay, we need the reference angle. Why do we need the reference angle?
So that because we need something to start off with.
Okay, so
They have a reference to refer.
Yeah.
okay,
So we need starting point. So
okay. So but what is the reference angle here?
30.
30, exactly 30. How do you know if it's 30?
180 minus 109 point or 360 minus 109.47.
No. 180 minus
180 minus. Okay, can someone give me the exact value for the reference angle?
That's 70.
70.53.
So 70.53. But is this the angle that we need? I mean the other answer?
No, that's just a reference angle.
Okay, so how will this help us find the one in the third quadrant?
Add that.
Add that to
To
180.
180. So what is the other angle then?
So that's 250.53 degrees.
Okay, let's write that down. So we have the other angle is
50.
250.53 degrees. So we found already the two values between 0 to 360, and those are the only angles that we can have. Therefore, the final answer will be 109.47 degrees and 250.53 degrees. Okay, is everything clear?
Sir, yesterday how I got 450.
How did you get 450? From the calculator. But is everything clear?
Yes, because like
This.
here, look, I'm gonna do it again.
Okay.
Cosine x close parenthesis is equal to -1/3, right?
Mm-hmm.
-1/3. So it'll just calculate it for me.
Okay.
So
Mhm.
what's our answer? 109.47.
Yeah, correct. Okay, good. But what if I will not restrict the x from 0 degrees to 360? Give me one possible answer. Aside from 109.47 degrees and 250.53 degrees. Give me just one more answer. If I'm not limiting it from 0 to 360.
469.47.
How did you get the 469?
360 the volume. And then another 90 degrees from 360.
Yeah,
That's 450.
So you add 109.47 plus 360.
360. So you just make one whole turn.
Again.
And for the another answer
Add it again by 360.
on the 250.
Yes.
Yeah, actually for the 109, you
Basta-
continuously add
Basta if
360.
you can have infinite, just add 360
Add
every
360.
single time.
Yes. Okay. In general, so just in case, this will be asked if the x is not limited. So if x is not limited to 360 or 0 to 360, you copy the angle. The cycles that you can have is what it can be written as 360 degrees times, depending on the number, n. 1 means once, 2 means twice,
Three means
and so
thrice.
on. Okay?
What for? Price.
4 times.
Price.
Price.
Is it five?
Okay? And then some books will note as long as n is an integer. This is like a z, okay? If the x is not limited. And then another setup will be needed for the 250.53. Then you will say 250.53 plus a cycle of 360 depending on the n. Okay, but in this problem, we already got the solutions. It's 109.47 and 250.43. Okay, I think everything is clear now.
Yes, sir.
Okay, done.